Hello, hello, hello. This is a testing 1 2, mic check 1 2 1 2. Not the same kind of mic check that we're used to, Gab. No, I'm just joking. This is Portia. This is Portia, one of the co-hosts of Subtle and Saucy. You can refer to me as Subtle.
This is Gabby Gabster, whatever you like to call. Just don't call me for free if it ain't for fun, okay? And I am the saucy side of this whole little thing we got going on here. Nice to meet everyone. How y'all doing tonight?
I love that. This whole little thing that we got going on.
This whole little thing we got going on right here. Yeah, that's what we're going to call it.
A little thing. I like that.
Thing.
I don't know what we would classify this as. I'm going to say a podcast, but also a video cast. Right now, you're only hearing the audio version, but we are going to be introducing a video version of our spoken thoughts.
And I'm going to be honest, you're welcome, because you don't want to see what we look like right now. Busted is not even the term, okay? But thank you so much for tuning in. We're so excited to get started with everybody. This is not only a podcast, but a chance for friends, best friends, that is, to catch up and just kind of talk about what's going on, our own opinions, you know?
I agree, because also thank you for hearing our opinion. We're really excited about that part. To tell you our unsolicited 2 cents.
Unsolicited for sure, but it's going to you're going to hear it.
I'm super excited to be here with you today. Today we're actually filming at Gabby's house. I say filming, but I meant like...
recording.
Right. Creating content,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we do not have an actual on-site brick and mortar, right? Or mortar, or however you say it.
Brick and mortar.
Mortar. Martyr.
Sounds like Rick and Morty.
And Gabby loves Rick and Morty.
There's a backstory to that. We'll get down to that later on.
You will hear the jokes later.
About the Rick and Morty. Right? Just keep it in the back of your head and bring it up later, okay?
What this podcast looks like will be different. And we're so excited for you guys to be a part of the evolution of the Subtle and Saucy podcast, video cast, little thing we're doing.
All right, so let's just dive right in, Portia. Let's tell everybody a little bit about ourselves. Let's hear the subtle side first. What's going on over there? What we need to know about you?
So, first off, I gotta just address this voice thing really fast. So I don't always sound like T-Boz from TLC.
We love TLC though.
I love TLC. What about your friend?
But she sounds like a creep. Yeah.
I do kind of sound like a creep right now. No, but my voice will be going in and out. But, part of this, Gabby, is just starting. We had to start. This has been a long time coming, and we'll talk about that later. But personally, Portia is a ex-people pleaser turned Portia pleaser. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Hallelujah.
Amen. Hallelujah. So I wear many hats, not as many as Gabby. I'm going to let her tell you about that. But mom, full-time employee, right? Trying to be a full-time entrepreneur, many, many different things, daughter, all those different kinds of amazing, fun things. Not so many hats. I guess I only named 3, but
3's a lot, friend.
I know, but I'm not going to tell you about all my hats. I guess you'll get to learn those. But professionally, I am a project manager for a telecommunications / technology company. So we'll see how this project gets managed. I'm glad I got the many hats of Gabby helping me out here.
It's
Gabby,
yeah.
Gabby, it's your turn.
I'm nothing great to be talked about, right? So I wear many hats, and I can't even name them all right now. But I'm pretty much just someone who likes to have a good time and look out for her people and take care of self,
Definitely.
right? So that's kind of how I was raised. My mom is the same way. We like to have fun. But we also don't stand for too much extra, okay? We have to limit the extra, or then the saucy, fiery side comes out. But, we like to keep it at just saucy, the sweet and saucy, really. Again, I'm a parent. I work for a reputable financial company during the daytime. I have 3 kids and different ages, and I pretty much just started over. So my life is kind of chaotic right now, but fun. I surround myself with good people at all times. I love to cook. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
I love it. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Jeannie really fast. You guys don't know what that means yet, but Jeannie's the best.
Jeannie's my newborn baby. She is 9 months tomorrow. That is her godmom's nickname for her, and that would be Portia. That's
Oh my gosh, I think
PJ's the
that's
godmom. So she came up with the nickname Jeannie. Her name is Barbara Jean.
It's because she's so magical. She's genius.
She is magical, but she's also an ode to my late Big Mama. Rest in peace, Big Mama. We miss you. But that's our little token from heaven sent down. So
definitely,
you'll hear about Jeannie a lot while we record.
She's 9 months old, going on 53.
Try 78.
Okay, yeah, she's been here before, guys.
Yeah.
So I bet you're wondering, you're dying to know, how did we meet, right? Maybe not. I'm dying to rehear the story. Hear Gabby's point of view.
So I remember this new girl coming to the school, right? So we were in middle school, and I think we were like, 7th grade already?
Yeah.
She came in 7th grade year, and I had already been there for a year, because it's 6th through 8th at the school. And I remember her because, one, she is from Mississippi, so the accent, the way she carried herself, her humor were just completely unmatched compared to what I was used to. So she was already intriguing, right? So I was like, I have to get to know who this person is, right? And then we also played basketball together, which made it even nicer because then you can kind of see her transform into this like sweet, quiet, comical person to this like aggressive and awkward basketball player on the court, and it was so much fun.
Definitely awkward. I'm Queen Clumsy, still to this day.
But it was nice. Yeah, we had a good time. And I believe what really did it was there was a girl. Can you remember her name? Well, we're not gonna say any names, but there was a girl that hung in my crew.
No, she was not that bad. Afterwards, she was.
But she was kind of a bully. She was a bully to Portia, and she would always like say rude and
snarky.
Snarky remarks. She would always, try to include everyone else but Portia in certain things that we were doing, like different activities or conversations even, the small stuff, but that kind of like mean girl
Catty.
stuff. Catty, yeah. So it got to a point where she was starting to be aggressive towards Portia, and I had to let her know, like, this girl is going to continue to mess with you, and the only way she's going to stop is if you stick up for yourself. So Portia, you got to take over the story, because what happened, girl? Tell us.
So this sweet, funny, new, subtle little girl had to sauce that ass up.
Real quick.
got my cue from my ace boon. But no, seriously, after that, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. After standing up for yourself, people kind of get to know a little bit more about who you are and what you're willing to stand for. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. And I'm real solid. I don't know if y'all have ever seen me in person before. When you do see me, you gonna know I don't fall easily. So I maybe had a fly mouth in that fight, or I don't even think I had to lay hands on her, because it was like, play with me if you want to.
Yeah, no, I don't even think y'all even had to come to blows. I think she tried to
that intimidation factor.
That intimidation factor, and I think she physically tried to act like she was gonna do something, and then you had to be like, you bucked her back, and she was like, oh, wait a minute. Size-wise, she looked at it, and it didn't look good for us. I believe she stopped.
Once I stood up for myself, it kind of opened up a different realm at the school, right? And so I was able to connect with a lot of people. But again, like Gabby said, just connecting with someone who has the same types of interests. So we were already playing sports together, and then we became friends after that.
Yeah.
But I will say what made me relate to Gabby most is she's an only child, and I'm the only girl. So, being able to relate with someone who really didn't have any siblings on her mom's side, right? And she lived with her mom growing up. And I was the only girl, so I always wanted that feminine energy and like dealing with someone who was like-minded, right? And then Gabby knew everybody. She still knows everybody. Mm-hmm. So you were kind of like on the scene and being seen by being in connection with Gabby. But I was still, even back then, like I am now, like I'm going to be on the scene. I'm going to be with my peeps, but then I'm going to be out in the background, and my mama said I can't go. And here's a confession. I don't even think Gabby knows this. She might know this.
What?
Back in the day, I used to say my mom said I couldn't go a lot, and it was really just I didn't want to go.
I kind of had a feeling your mom was really cool. She was like, "Well, of course, Kiki, where you going?"
Well,
and she'll drop us off and everything.
Right.
I knew it
and
was
if
her.
it was
I
with
knew it.
Gabby, it was definitely, yeah, you can go. So our moms were really cool back in the day.
Yeah, our moms were kind of alike in that way. You know,
Yeah.
now y'all know with these mamas. I don't know if it's mamas of a certain color or ethnicity or cultural thing. You know, I'm going to just say mamas because anybody can be a mama bear. But what I know, y'all know how them old school mamas used to be like. They hear one name and it's, yeah, that's a hard no and stop playing with me. And then they hear other names and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Because they know their mama. You know, they know kind of what the other household is like. So they were a little less apprehensive to let me go with Portia as... I would say some other names, but I don't want to get sued. We ain't even big yet. I'm going to stop.
Yeah, our parents, even to this day, you know, if we talk to each other's parents, like they'll say that, you know, like, oh, yeah, I always knew, you know, you guys were going to be good. So definitely had a good upbringing, and we related a lot on that. What made you want to become my friend, Gab?
I think what, like I said earlier, what drew me into you was just that, you know, I grew up in Texas, and I've never, at that point, I had never been outside of Texas. I had never traveled anywhere, been anywhere, not Oklahoma, and it's next door, okay? Like, I'm Texas born, raised, and never seen anything else.
Now we be making trips to Oklahoma, like,
man,
I mean,
I'm trying to go tonight. No, but, so you were different. Like I said, the way you carried yourself, the way you presented yourself, the way you spoke, it was eloquent. It was very...
That did not come from Mississippi. That came from Maryland, guys. So I left Mississippi, went to Maryland, came to Texas.
No shade, Mississippi. I don't know what she meant by that.
I mean, I'm not shading Mississippi, but Mississippi, no. Like, you got a thick accent and eloquent, ain't it? Never been how it's been described.
That's so funny.
Very Southern.
But yeah, I think that's what kind of drew me in. Like you said, we had common characteristics.
We did.
You know, only girls, me, only child, on my mom's side. You gotta say my mom's side, because if you throw my daddy in there,
yeah, I did say mom's side.
I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna say alleged to the rest of them. How about that? Like, literally, I think they say it's 3 people that's supposed to be my brothers and or sisters, but I'm gonna say allegedly to all 3, and I don't care. So, and and my mama, you know, I know she know who my daddy is, and I have no doubt I look just like the man, but I'm gonna say alleged there too, because he ain't right. But anyway, I digress.
Well, you know, this brings up a great topic.
Yes.
Because they say back in the day, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And I was just talking to my dad about this. He has 3 documented children. I'm sure there may be some undocumented. And that's how I describe this to him, right? He goes, no, it's no 3 there's no more undocumented. I was like, well, Dad, like, you never know. Like, a man goes into a hospital, right? Mm-hmm. And he's hoping that's his kid. And in the hopes of it being his kid and him trusting his lady, especially if they're married, because back in the day, you know, the only way you get the last name is if they're married, right?
Right.
You sign the birth certificate. But we know as of today, sometimes they sign the birth certificate. Shout out to my baby daddy. And it don't be the baby, you know, not my kid, the other lady's kid. Yeah. Just put that out there. And it doesn't, and the guy's not the father, but he's still responsible for taking care of the kid financially.
You know what? I have a story about that too, about an old friend, about 7 years worth of. Man, I'm gonna bring him. I'm gonna see if he want to come on this spot. No, it ain't Rick and Morty.
Okay.
But I have a friend that I was really close with growing up, and she was messing with 2 best friends and conceived a child.
Oh wow.
And it just so happens 8 years later, because, you know, as a child gets older, they start to look like, who created them. Yeah.
7, 8, that bridge.
Yeah, about 8 years old, I had a friend who found out that was not his child. And he had done so much financially, physically, emotionally. That can really that can really be impactful for not
Yeah, but
only
it's-
the child,
yeah.
but the man. You
Yeah,
know?
the man. Yeah,
there's a lot of
definitely.
rights and things out here for women, and I'm all for women. I'm a woman,
Yeah.
been there, done that. You know, still go through it every time to time. But you know, I also want to shout out to the responsible, active Black fathers, men in general, fathers out here in general, doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
Okay?
shout out to all the responsible parents.
Yeah.
Especially people of color. Not because we're not shouting out everybody, but stereotypically they don't get the shout outs they deserve. So just put
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese. Anyways, kind of like that.
That is a different subject, right? But I will say this, with that being said, you know, when we talk about rights, maybe getting those dads some assurances. Like, it shouldn't be a question if they have a DNA test or anything. Before you sign, you should have a DNA test.
Yeah.
Just so that you know. Or you should have that question asked and you say no, and that be on record so that you are financially responsible, so that if it's not your kid, you're in the headspace of accepting that responsibility regardless.
Yeah, and let's even take it a step further. Make it mandatory to get those taken care of
I think it should be
free
mandatory.
of charge.
I think it should be mandatory.
We use all of these government resources in areas where we could put them somewhere else.
Right.
I
think it should be mandatory and free of charge, but I also, that's my personal opinion, but I also added that saying that I think that they should have a choice. But some people just don't want to break up a happy home.
Yeah,
some
absolutely.
men know.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And
it's a comfort thing. A lot of men are comfort.
Yeah.
A lot of men stay in things for comfort.
Yeah.
You know, which is opposite from women. Women don't stay in things for comfort. They stay in things for other reasons. Sometimes it's materialistic. Most of the time it's for them kids. But it's definitely not comfort.
I stay in shit for comfort.
Do you?
I like being comfortable sometimes. I do.
Comfortable and unhappy. Comfortable and battered. Comfortable and I mean, what's comfort? You know?
This is sounding really P. Diddy-ish right now.
P. Diddy!
Shout out to P. Diddy. I know he's dealing with a lot.
Shout out to Cassie. You know what?
Shout
How about that?
Shout out to all the parties involved. Even the person in the hotel who kept what they do. I don't know. They saw the footage. Because I was in the elevator the other day at work. And I accidentally pushed the down button to go to the basement.
Okay.
Now I parked on C, but the doors were very confusing. I came out the back. I was supposed to come out the front. I was very confused. But there were several cameras there. And I'm going in and out doors. I'm not supposed to be going in and out of.
Quavo and Sweetie, their footage got leaked right then. You know why?
Damn Quavo and Sweetie. Portia was stuck in the basement at my job. And those people saw me. Can someone help? I want them sued. I want them sued. Why did Quavo and Sweetie?
Know what I'm saying? I thought you were going somewhere else with that
No,
story.
we're way off topic. Like, I think you guys are going to see how this podcast goes. This ain't about y'all. This is therapy.
Absolutely. You know.
This is therapy. So, Gabby, why did you decide to work with me? Why did you want to do this podcast with me? Besides me begging.
Yeah, because I mean, initially this is your idea, right? And I was just like, really? I was, but I was reluctant and to agree. Just because I do so much. Like you said, I wear so many hats. I'm a full-time mom. I work. I do a lot of extracurricular outside of my home to other people's kids all the time in different activities, and I literally never have a break. And I ask for it. I love it. It keeps me going. It keeps me focused. It keeps me centered. But it also has a tendency sometimes to be all that I do, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really get to have that necessary interaction with my girlfriends, or really sit down and talk about topics, or really sit down and have those venting sessions as needed. So this I felt like would be a nice outlet just to get out my opinion, talk, have some grown folk interaction away from these kids.
Yes, definitely away from the kids.
A little bit of extra peace.
I love kids. I love my kids, and you guys probably it's people listening to this right now don't even know I got kids. But I'm a full-time mom. They do live with me. let's say, yeah, they live with me.
Yeah. I'm done. She's so silly, y'all.
I mean, I just want to say that because my parents are very, very kind. And shout out to their dads, but my parents have been that second partner when it comes to raising my kids. So depending on the responsibilities that I have with my family and with work obligations, they help out a lot. But I'm just a person who was really kid that I got lost in being a mom, which I was lost to the world. Now it's kind of like you can be a mom and you don't just have to limit yourself to one title.
Right.
And I think Gabby's always done a real good job at doing that.
No, I just make this look good, I promise y'all.
But we had kids at different times. Like, I had kids when I was very young, and I was adamant about not asking for help and not depending on anyone to help me do it. So I definitely over-mommed in my opinion. But anyone who focuses on their kids only, you're not over-parenting. You're doing what's best for you and your family. So good job.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about what makes our podcast different. I would say simply just us, honestly. Every podcast is pretty much the same in a way, right? It's just the people, the personalities that you have, and the points of view and the way they articulate those that make them stand apart. So I think that's pretty much what we have best. I think we have really unique points of views that people like to hear, you know, and the way you articulate specifically is not only entertaining, but it's real, you know?
Well, listen, Gabby's giving me a lot of credit. Like, I will tell you guys that I am more of a planner, right? Mm-hmm. So I like to write things down. I'm not really on the fly type of person, except for when it's coming from my heart that I think that people really resonate with, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes when I'm speaking and I don't have an idea of what I'm talking about, I definitely go a little bit off the rails. And,
I mean, it happens. It happens.
And because I am from Mississippi, I'm going to say this. Mississippians may not agree. But because I'm from Mississippi and I lived in a few different other places, Maryland, North Carolina. Shout out to Ebony.
Okay, Ebony.
I lived so many different places, and just hearing how people talk and also code switching, because people act like that's not a real thing. It is a real thing. A lot of people can relate to that as well. We'll talk about that later.
Right.
So I get mixed up sometimes. So you might hear me make up a word. There are so many Portia made up words. So it's okay. Like, what makes our podcast different is that this podcast is to inform, right? It is to inform, it is to relate, but it's also therapy for us and also for the world to get to know us. Like, we have our own things that we do, and we're not just, again, a one-trick pony, guys.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's always something new, right? Mm-hmm. And I honestly feel like experience is the best thing, right? So when you say, well, what makes you qualified? Experience. I mean, anything that we speak about is because we've been through it, right? We've experienced it ourselves. We have friends, family members that have experienced the things that we are going to be talking about. And the best thing that we can do to learn from them is to talk through them, hear one another's point of view and move forward with that information, right? So that's kind of what we hope to take from this and what we hope to put into this and what you get out of it, essentially.
I agree, Gabby. And to the qualified point, but I'm qualified. I'm not giving y'all advice. I always say the best advice is to tell people, and I literally tell people this all the time, especially young people when they ask for advice. You already know what you want to do.
Right.
You already know what you want to do. Do that. Because whenever you think about blaming someone, don't blame Portia or Gabby or whoever or your parents. You got to blame yourself.
Got to.
And then
accountability.
Accountability.
We love that word, right?
I love that
Don't
word.
we love that word?
I hear men say that women don't take accountability a lot.
That sounds like the pot called the kettle back.
Okay. Those are questions. So we will be bringing people on the show too. We have a really, really great friends list
Yeah.
I mean, our friends are like the best. I love them. I look at my Facebook sometimes and I'm like, damn, lawyer, doctor, actress, actor, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
What?
We have a lot of
realtor.
everything that you probably think of.
Everything.
I mean, accomplished musician.
Yeah, musicians for sure. Poets.
Lawyers.
Yeah.
MMA fighters. I mean,
Keith Lee? No, we do not know him personally.
I'm gonna say she lied. I ain't never met that man.
I do not know this man. Keith Lee, we've never met you, but if you want to come back to Dallas, you can definitely come do our podcast as well. Just in case you do want to come back.
I'm not sure what you would taste and say.
He don't taste nothing. It's 10 out of 10 over here.
I know that's right. No disrespect.
But no. It's not for a taste. You can come and taste other cuisines. Maybe let us give you a list. The last time he came, he made a lot of people mad.
Oh yeah.
He made a lot of people mad.
Why?
Well, it was this one story in particular where like this lady took some money and maybe didn't distribute it right.
No. We wasn't mad. She mad. She out of business, baby. We was glad.
Oh my goodness.
We was glad, and we was all in agreement. We was one band, one sound on that one.
She literally was wrong. The next day, I think she was out of business.
Baby, it didn't even take to the last of that night, and it didn't take 24.
So what I recently learned is Better Business Bureau complaints, guys. Like, you think that that's not real and that it doesn't make a difference, but it really does. I think the fine is like $1,500 to the business. So small businesses. And
in case you don't want to do that, social media like y'all been doing is the key, because y'all did that on Facebook. Y'all done scared the lady out of her business.
Not
LLC done got shut down. Mark Zuckerberg, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Well, what he needs to be ashamed of is that he keeps banning Subtle Me. I can't say this on Facebook. I'm like, what did I say? I literally said, I agree. But anyways.
Right.
Mark, I can't say your last name. That's the Mississippi in me.
Zuckerberg?
Mark Z.
You can't say Zuckerberg.
Let me hear it. Y'all, my voice going out.
No. We done heard everything else now. Did she not talk herself into this, folks? Do it one time for the people for the first episode.
I don't.
Say Zuckerberg.
So
you ain't got to say it 3 times fast. Say it once. I'm not going to do it for the people.
I'm not going to say it.
Zuckerberg.
I'm not going to say it.
It's Zucker. Like sucker, but with a Z. Zucker. And then Berg, like young Berg.
So it's funny because my son has speech issues, and I thought he got it from his daddy.
Y'all, I can't stand her, I swear.
Oh, I'm not going to put that one on your pops.
We'll try next time to get her to say Zuckerberg.
I mean, if he going to give me some money, I'll say whatever you want.
He ain't going to give you nothing.
He not. Even Facebook. So, guys,
are you monetized?
My Facebook is monetized. But, that the content, you'll have a content person that you follow, someone who you follow, you subscribe to, right? Mm-hmm. And then you notice that their content is all funny and subtle and cute. That's who I follow. Funny, subtle, cute people. Then all of a sudden, start getting a little raunchy, start getting a little excited, start getting a little extralicious. And it's because, you have to get more views and you have to bring more types of people in, different audiences to keep meeting that price point.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mark Z, this isn't about money, brother. We're really just doing this because we're having fun and we really love it. And honestly, we were doing it for free way before now.
We do this. I mean, me personally, I probably do this every weekend with my other friends. I just, this is the one who's the deep thinker, so it's a little bit more intriguing in the conversations and the topics.
Is she a deep thinker, though?
Is she a deep thinker?
This intro this really didn't go the way I planned, and
it never does. Welcome.
Yeah. There you go.
Welcome.
I think there's a man out there saying, I've been trying to tell her.
Like, seriously.
No, this did not go the way I planned at all, and we reached the point to where we said you just gotta start. So
yeah,
we're excited to be here. We're glad we're starting.
So excited. Today was actually really fun. I'm really excited that we got it done today. First
Yeah.
episode out of the way. Congratulations.
And in 1 hour. Now, this won't be an hour-long video or recording, but we got everything completed in an hour, and we're so excited about it. All I want to say is thank you for everyone who listened.
Thank you. We hope you like it as much as we loved doing it today.
Yeah, and it's only going to get better and betterer.
Better and better. I'm doing better and better.
Shout out to Cardi.
I don't see no competitors.
Okay.
Hey.
I don't know all the words, but that better and betterer, I'm going to use it in corporate America, babe. I'm going to use it there.
We love you, Cardi.
Love you, Cardi. Love you, Meg.
Love you, guys.
Love you, Lotto.
Love you, Lotto.
Love everybody.
Yeah, Glow.
Okay,
Y'all,
Jeannie loves Glow.
Jeannie, my baby loves
Loves Glorilla. Check out her viral video.
Yes,
we're gonna link
TikTok.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna link it. It's on TikTok. Check it out.
Yeah.
Send it to Glow. Run my baby video up. She loved Glow. Okay.
Yeah,
Glow. We love you, girl.
That was like her second word.
Her second word. She said Glow.
She said a sentence.
She said yeah, Glow.
That's
before
a
she
full
even
statement.
said mama. Y'all,
Yeah,
I swear. Okay.
For sure.
Well, thanks so much.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Like,
we love
comment,
you.
subscribe. We love you guys.
And if you don't, that's cool too, because we like the people who run the views up, but don't like and comment and subscribe. Because
do you hear me? Because
yeah.
it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. You know the rest.
That part.